My grandfather worked in a leather clothing factory for over 40 years. There are two taboos. Do not cover the leather seat of a living person. You can't put human leather clothing factories on living people. But his apprentices committed all crimes. Grandpa and his apprentice disappeared for a month. There have been 3 consecutive homicides in the city. The dead were all covered with human skin. Clean approach. The nickname Foreskin Maniac is quite metal too. I looked at the police officer who was looking for the door. But that's none of our business, right? Our funeral shop is more than 50 kilometers away from the city, plus a mountain road. The murderer couldn't have run here. The police officer looked around, handed me a stack of photos. Basically, corpses, and the whole body is covered with skin. Can't see the appearance. Can't even see men and women clearly. Bloody like a human-shaped lump of meat sauce. Miss J, I heard that your store will make a human leather clothing factory. Finally got to the point. I took a sip of tea, pointing to the missing person notice at the door. It was my grandfather's, but he disappeared last month. Officer Sue is free to interrogate me. It's better to do your job well. Check out my grandpa's whereabouts. Su Jung was a little embarrassed, but don't go. We'll send more people. Tell me about human abnormalities. I pointed to the things placed in the house. You saw it too. We do funerals. Some clients may have been in a car accident before they died, or fire. The appearance and body are somewhat incomplete. He looks like that. Much scarier than the ones in your pictures. The so-called human leather clothing factory. But also to let them go with dignity. It's just that Grandpa's craftsmanship is very good. All you need is a photo of the client before he died. It can be done vividly, especially on paper figures. At first glance, I thought the corpse was alive. Su Jung found the point, squinting at me. Is that man's leather clothing factory made of human skin? You are kidding. No, definitely not. It's all crab and pig skin. Sometimes, use some cowhide. Soak in medicinal wine. Similar to human skin. My grandfather taught me this line when I was a child. From breath to expression, there is no flaw. Think about being realistic in business. How could it work with other skin, rich and poor? Some people are willing to spend hundreds of thousands to customize a human body, just for the family to walk decently. Naturally, there are also people who are cornered. Ask for a lot of money to sell the human body of a loved one, according to Grandpa's rules. Bodies under 30 are 60,000 sentence. The top one will be discounted in half. When you meet the best of women, at 20,000, I happened to see a peeling scene once. To be honest, it's exactly the same as in the photo. Send away Su Jiang. I made 2 calls. Give it to Grandpa. One pass to keep. Qi Yang was my grandfather's apprentice last year. He's getting older. I feel like a girl touching these things. Happened to be in the village behind. Saw a boy picking up trash to eat. I took it back without my father or mother. This line requires courage. Second, be tough. What Grandpa Shao said. This kid has the guts to compete with the dog for food. In addition, it is fate to eat garbage and eat wildlife. Over a year, the more skilled it is, Until last month, Grandpa said he had already graduated and took him as a guard. But the next day they disappeared together. The phone is still unanswered. I saved Su Jiang's phone number into my phone. Really don't pick up. From the photo, the craftsmanship of the foreskin is clean. The city can't find a second one either. But my grandfather is old. Could it be Qi Yang? I closed the store. I told my uncle what happened today, not waiting for him to analyze. Su Jung called again. What you call a human leather clothing factory. What are they used for? On what? Usually put on paper figures. Don't wait for me to finish. He hurriedly asked if he could put it on a person. He turned around at the entrance to the village, and they took me to the city police station. That's surveillance from a crime scene. Su Jiang pointed to a corner and told me. Forensics determined that the deceased was killed at 11 p.m., skinned between 11:30 and 2 a.m. The time of death was 1 a.m. I got a chill behind me. Take a deep breath. You mean yes? The murderer was killed while the victim was alive, skinned. This cruel method makes my stomach fat nauseous. The killing of pigs in the village is not so inhumane. But look here, and he points to a corner of the camera. Until 3 a.m., a figure suddenly flashed by. Su Jiang quickly paused, and we zoom in, and we zoom in. On a blurry screen, a man in a hat appeared, pointed chin monodermal. He drew in a picture. A girl in a school uniform with curly hair. The facial features are the same as those on the screen. After the death of the victim, faces reappeared in the surveillance. The only possibility is that my back is cold. Whisper. The only possibility. The murderer donned the body of the deceased. The Su family looked at me with fixed eyes. Can't refuse. Miss Downman, you need to cooperate with our investigation now. Assist in the investigation until the case is closed. The first suspect we are currently targeting. It's your godbrother. I don't know how I got out of the police station. Obviously government affairs, but there's always a cold. The faces coming and going around, like moving paper figures. It is not impossible that Qi Yang is a human-skinned demon. We don't know any of his past. I didn't even know that he was clearly sound. How did you end up on the streets? Then could he have taken my grandfather away? Su Jiang gave me an ID. Let me go to a funeral home downtown. There are the remains of several victims there. Maybe I can tell from the way it was skinned, although I have seen big things since I was a child. But wait until you actually see the bloody corpse. I can't help but retch. From the top of the head to the calf, the blood has dried up to the skin. You can even see the fibers of muscles. Tears almost fall out of the eye sockets. Gray, make eye contact with me. Suppress nausea. I got a closer look at the body. Residual skin tissue on the arm. Too few to see. It also proves that when this human skin was wrapped, hardly any flaws. My heart is cold. Stand up slowly. This is indeed my grandfather's craft. No, wait. What am I thinking? There was a sudden rush of footsteps behind him. Don't wait to turn around for a while. Pain and tingling in the back of the head. I fell straight to the ground. When I wake up again, the back of the head is swollen, dizzy from pain. I still hold a note in my hand. Be careful of Su Jiang. Everything he shows you is fake. There's a voice in my head screaming like crazy. At the same time, the phone rang. Su Jiang, hello? How did you see it? Is it your craftsmanship? I didn't know for a moment why he was so relieved of me. If Qiang really did it, how could I possibly admit it directly? Or maybe he understands my relationship with Qiang. He knows I hate him. I looked at the note in my hand. Just creepy. Our relationship mainly comes from half a year ago. I found out that he had stolen one of my clothes. Thought he was a pervert. So I hit him with a stone in anger. Turns out this fool won't hide. Hit the eye socket with a stone. I almost lost my eye. Grandpa scolded me angrily. I knelt for an hour. We haven't said a word since then. If he's really a skinning maniac, I will hand him over without hesitation. If Grandpa's disappearance has anything to do with him, I must have killed him with my own hands. But who gave me this note right now? Yet another mystery. I went to the supermarket. I bought an ice pack, and I drove home. But as soon as I opened the store door, I was stunned. In the freezer at the door, I don't know when, a complete dress was placed. Just lying there quietly. Walked in like a corpse. Instantly, I fell to the ground. This person's leather jacket looks like Su Jiang's face. When did it appear here? The second uncle just left? It was halfway through here that Grandpa came back. Or see criticism. Lying down and looking at me like a drained rice noodle. 2 holes can't see the bottom. I grew up seeing these things. But at this moment, I read. The production of the human leather jacket will take at least half a month. Just before Grandpa disappeared. But the foreskin maniac didn't appear at that time either. I don't know Officer Su at all. Could it be that Grandpa had expected all this? So I made Officer Su's human leather jacket in advance, or what he's getting ready for, but failed. So he disappeared. Who put this dress back? What is the purpose? I took a sip of tea. My brain is completely messed up. Invisible. It's like there's always a pair of hands controlling it all. Even wearing other people's skins. Observing silently in the dark. And maybe the uncle who bought water by the roadside. Or the schoolgirl asking for directions. I just felt a chill. Make eye contact with the human skin in the freezer. But this craft is only my Jiahui. No matter who is guiding me from behind, has his purpose. There may be more clues about Grandpa going down. Anyway, I've been pulled into this bureau virtually. There is no turning back. Apply lubricating oil to your body. Reuse processed sebum. Pat on the gap. Open the area around the eyes with a potion. And then smooth the skin until night falls. I just wore Su Jiang's human skin. Make sure he goes home today. I dug out my grandpa's previous clothes and put them on. I found the city bureau according to the route in my memory. 3 a.m. The whole floor is still lit up. Fortunately, there is a drunk driving deal at night. The man made trouble by drinking. A group of people go up and yell, and nobody noticed me. Su Jiang's desk is messy. All the information is on it. Unabashed photos of corpses look seeping. I went around. Didn't find any useful clues. Basically the ones he showed me. Ready to leave? but I heard someone shouting behind me. You are not shocked that you have rested enough. The office is dimly lit. He probably didn't see my face clearly, pulling up the plants on the table. Yesterday you went to the morgue again to see if you found anything. I held my breath, afraid to speak. I never learned the memory of my grandpa's student. One mouth reveals everything. His panicked eyes fell on a photo frame. See, I don't answer. He looked over. The photo album shows a photo of Soo Jung with a woman. He suddenly sighed, tapped me on the shoulder. Team Soo, don't always boil yourself down. Sister-in-law doesn't want to see you like this either. Wait for him to turn around. I went limp and sat down in the chair. What did he just say? Soo Jiang went to the morgue yesterday, but he was with me all yesterday morning. Could it be that he followed me in the afternoon? And he was there when I got knocked out. Then why pretend you don't know anything? He also made an excuse to let me go by myself. Things are getting messier and messier. The unbreakable rope is tangled into countless dead knots. I took advantage of the chaos to get out of the bureau and drive home. But the only thing that is certain is Soo Jiang must know something, and it's leading me into this trap. Looking at the basement camera, and I had a weird thought. Since I can become Soo Jung, then this Soo Jung, could it also be played by someone? I shudder. I dare not look at myself when I pass by the glass mirror. I hurried home and took off my human skin. Too late to validate this idea. It's getting serious again. Another skinning case. The deceased is still a woman. Adult high school student. Killed in his own hallway. According to on-site restoration, he was at 2 in the morning. Was held hostage in the corridor. Then tied to the rooftop and knocked out. And then skin it. The method is the same as the previous times. Completely merging. And here's what's even weirder. The crime scene this time is upstairs in Zhuj. I stood at the police station and listened to the medical examiner's report. I always felt like there was something in common between these cases. It seems that the deceased is getting younger and younger. Grandpa said before, the younger the human skin, the smoother and easier it is to use. Several officers grilled me about the situation in my home. Has Ki Yang ever come back? I denied it all. The case has no breakthrough. The police officer on the side asked casually. So yes, weren't you off duty last night? Did you hear anything? Soo Jiang didn't look up at Curly Brown. I didn't take something last night. Came again in the middle of the night. And he said, looking up. Dark eyes seem to be looking at me. At 2 a.m. Monitor and check by yourself. The overhead light flashed. Flickering. How dare I? I'm kidding, Sue said to him, turning around to get the information. I made an excuse to go to the toilet. Run out like crazy. The whole leg is soft. Yesterday at 2 a.m., Soo Jiang, who appeared at the police station. Didn't I pretend? But how did he know? I look at my face in the mirror. It just wasn't real. It's all a game. I put on Soo Jiang's skin and came to the police station. This self-righteous act. It was just a move he had planned. Let me appear under the camera in this place and do it for him. Alibi. And all these things are connected together. I remembered his dark, gray eyes, a chill from head to toe. The foreskin demon that appeared in the city. Grandpa and Yang, who suddenly disappeared. The most likely starter of all this is Su Jiang. He lent me an alibi. He also knows that my relationship with Qi Yang is not good. So let me assist with the investigation at the beginning, just to turn Qi Yang into a suspect step by step. All of this was paved for him to escape. Who gave me the note to sell the morgue? Footsteps behind. I turned my head sharply. I saw a policewoman come out of the toilet, hair coiled behind ears, like wisps of black wool. My heart was pounding. Seeing any face feels fake, like a paper man escaping from the toilet. Su Jiang is standing at the door. He smiled when he saw my panic and embarrassment. What are you panicking about? I looked in the brightly lit hallway, straight forward when you killed those people. His eyes were a little surprised. Miss Zhang, what nonsense are you talking about? See me, don't speak. Su Jiang flipped through the materials and said to himself, we can now determine the suspect is Itchy. He should be absconding without charge. As for you, the possibility of accomplice is not ruled out at present. Fart without waiting for him to finish. I interrupted coldly. There are no suspects at all. It's just you from start to finish. He didn't say a word. The face under the white-red lamp is the same as painted. My legs are shaking. I suddenly remembered that day in the office. The police officer's words. You want to resurrect your girlfriend with those human skins. You come to me just to push the boat along. Put the blame on Qi Yang so I can give you an alibi. Who are you? Where is my grandpa? He didn't answer a word. On the contrary, some good men looked at me. After a long time, I looked at my watch. Miss Zhang, your work is done. 11 o'clock is very late. You should go back without waiting for him to talk. I turned around and fled the police station. Dark night. The wind around is terribly cold. I've been struggling in this game for so long. I didn't expect it to be just a step of a chess piece. No grandpa, no Qian. What should I do? I pulled over to the side of the road. Soreness. A great fear surged up. I'm the only one left. What should I do? Stay up until midnight. I went to see my uncle. He's my only family now. My parents passed away unexpectedly 2 years ago. At that time, the villagers said it was unlucky for my grandfather to do this line of work. Give the man away. Also, because of this, the second uncle, who was originally the heir, suddenly quit. Grandpa turned his face. Call him Then the two got into a fight. Grandpa was furious all day. The second uncle moved to the village next door, until I met Qi Yang. This store is getting better. Right now, he's the only person I can rely on. Phone is off. I drove directly there. His house is the cement second floor of the village teacher's house. The door is unlocked. I push the door in. I only see the light on in the living room. A figure in a leather jacket has his back to me. Just stand there, Uncle, I called out. No response. Second uncle, haven't you slept yet? I have something to tell you. Didn't wait for me to walk over. The figure gradually turned back. It was Su Jiang who grabbed a human skin in his hand. It hasn't been dealt with yet, just a little bit in the wind. There was a strong smell of blood. The skin is still bleeding. I reacted almost instantly. This is human skin, but how could it be here? Su Jiang looked at me and didn't move. Suddenly threw it aside. It still doesn't work. Can't be resurrected at all. What is he saying? Could it be the forbidden art that you asked me last time? Almost instantly, I stopped, standing still in the courtyard. But why is he here? Do these things again, under the moonlight. Su Jiang's face was white. Turn around like a ghost. Zhang Chunyu, didn't I tell you to go home? Something reflects a light. I just saw the knife in his hand. Why are you here? What about my second uncle? He just stood up and looked at me. The light from the tip of the knife is reflected into the bottom of the eye. A chill. My mind went blank. My toes are numb and I can't stand still. It's over with just 3 words in my head. Before he could react, he rushed over, and I ran backwards. He ripped off his down jacket. Footsteps are fast. Can't see the road at night. I was scared out of my mind. Turned and ran into the bullpen. Closed the door, trembling. Country houses are bolted with wood. There's a crash outside. Dust fell on the shaky door panel. I was so scared I could hardly breathe. Take out your phone and call one. As soon as I connected, I heard a loud noise outside the door. He's banging on the door. There are no lights in the house. Where the light of the mobile phone shines, the grass rudder flaps, and a few bundles of firewood. The door was smashed open. Dead end. When there is no master. I suddenly remembered that I came here when I was a child. There seems to be a long-standing cellar. It was raining outside. Wood chips are falling from the door. I was trembling and rummaging for a while. Finally found a pole ring in the corner. Just by time. I'll wake up when the police come. But didn't Su Jiang save the police? If he uses the same method, turn this thing upside down. The moment the cellar door closes, I was desperate. This game has counted me in from the beginning. That's not the end at the police station. It is now. I am not a pawn, but abandoned children. He's going to clean this up completely. So let me find out the truth. Find here again. And it was the last step in his whitewashing. Lock the door with a chain. I'm numb and I can't walk. Holding my knees, I finally couldn't help crying. But suddenly, there was a sound from the cellar. I thought it was a mouse. When I got closer, I found out. A man is tied up in a corner. Mouth wrapped with tape, struggling frantically on the ground. The face became clearer and clearer. It turned out to be Su Jiang. I stood there. Apparently he saw that I was also depressed. Tear off the tape. He confirmed his identity. Since last month, he's always being followed. He noticed that day. And I followed that guy here. Who knew I just got here? I was knocked out and locked up here, I exclaimed as I looked at the rice basin at my feet. A whole month. Who is Su Jiang outside the door? And this time, it coincides with the disappearance of Grandpa and Qi Yang. Is that when he started making plans? I hastily untied him. I was just about to raise my flashlight and look around, but was held down by him. although I don't know what it means. But that guy seems to be wearing human skin. I urge you to be mentally prepared. Light flashed through the wall. A few human skins hung straight on the wall. Because of being pulled, the human shape can no longer be seen. It's like a dry rag. Just two empty black holes staring at us. My hands are shaking and I can't hold it steady. The phone fell violently. The human skin in the corner flashed. It seems that Su-jung helped me lift my phone. It seems that he heard movement above his head. Pull me now. Can't pull it. The human skin in the corner hangs on the wall with a sticky wig. Wrinkles and gray spots on the body. Realistic, as if it had just been wrapped from a person. When the wind blows, the skin on the arm moves, exposing a red scar. It was the beginning of the year. I accidentally burned the sweet potatoes. When my grandfather protected me, he was burned by tears. I can't breathe. This skin belonged to my grandfather. The plank on the top of the head snapped violently. Su-jung holds an axe. Come down and you see it all. The guess in my heart is getting bigger and bigger. Tears and snot fall down together. You are, he smiled. The face has been glued open because it is too hideous. It's like I've opened my face again, down that gap. He just grabbed his face and tore it out little by little. How could it be your uncle? How could it be him? No, the most likely person all along is him. Know my relationship with Ki-yang. To take Grandpa without leaving a trace. People who are still proficient in such memories. Besides, as the human skin dress of Su-jang, it appeared after the second uncle came. It's just that he's been working on this case. There's no connection whatsoever, so I never imagined him. He didn't say a word. Half of the face is hanging on the chin. Stand at the exit and look at us. Sorry for the cold wind howling. He lit something and threw it in. Su-jung was terrified for a moment. Pull me and climb to the window. Run. This cellar is full of gasoline. But from the moment that thing fell, immediately there was a fire around. The boiling heat wave swept over with the same flavor, even spread to the walls. The hanged man is clothed with a stench with a fishy smell, suddenly filled with air. I looked up in disbelief, screaming Uncle desperately, "Don't go." But the next second, the submitted board is closed. There was a lot of friction. It seems that something is pressing on it. Stop shouting. Su-jang grabbed me suddenly. Rip off a piece of fabric and stuff it for me. Don't inhale the soot. He walked quickly to the wall. Reach out and pull the human skins hanging up. The expression is desperate and struggling. This is all evidence. This is all evidence. And the flames ran up the surrounding firewood. I cover my mouth sloppy. It's useless. Don't touch it. We pushed step by step into the corner. His cheeks are sunken. Despair. Although I don't know what he did. But you saw him outside. Is he living as me? Is to be affirmed. He paused for a moment. It seems like a big decision has been made. I can't let the prisoner escape. Did you bring your phone? I nodded and saw him suddenly turn around and rush to the wall. The flames spread unbridled at the feet. Take a picture and take it back. He doesn't want me. He doesn't want him to be me. Su Jiang is standing in front of that wall. The flames behind him climbed onto the human skins, and he's standing there looking into the camera. I Su Jiang. Jing Hai Lin, 8933 liters PP. This is the killer who started the skinning case. After the fire, all evidence will be lost. If you see the video, please bring me to justice. His every word is powerful. Watch the raging fire destroy it all. The holiest bear, the dirtiest. I cover my mouth. The video was recorded with trembling hands. Tuck your phone into the innermost part of your clothes. Come here, the fire is coming. Su Jiang's trouser legs are already on fire, staring at the same place. Suddenly turned his head. You have to get these out of here. And he pushed me around the corner. There is a narrow window, dusty glass. You can vaguely see the grass outside. Step on me. My back is burning. There's less air around. I'm faintly dizzy. Climb up on his shoulders. Fingers can't reach the window at all. Can't open it. Come back. I can't reach it. A white light in front of my eyes. I'm so hot. I'm a little cold. More and more dizzy. The body fell down involuntarily. The next second, the glass burst right above my head. A pair of hands follow the cold wind pouring in, and he grabbed my wrist. Come on up. I look up in shock. It's actually itchy. He had sweat all over his face. He gritted his teeth and pulled me up, little by little. When your feet come out of the window, there was a loud explosion. Be careful to protect it. I was swept aside by a heat wave. Su Jiang is still inside. I turn around and go. Butt was pulled. The tiny vents in the cellar have exploded. It's hot inside. It's almost impossible to see what it looked like before. Like a sea of fire. There will be no life. Don't go there. Qian, look away. The voice is calm. That vent is just enough for you to get out. Wooden frame outside the glass window. Fell in front of me less than an arm's length away. There are simply not enough adult males to get out. I was gasping for air. Cover your mouth. He knew from the beginning that he couldn't get out. So I took all the charges. Let me step on him, even in this dark place, even in the final moments of life. He is also fulfilling his duty as a police officer. Qi Yang dragged me and rolled to Gao Heli next to me. Suddenly covered my mouth. Be quiet. We walked slowly forward in the dark, about a few hundred meters. There is a hole in the side of the ditch, and he pushed me in. Go all the way to a place where the moonlight can't get in. Just took out the flashlight. I grabbed him by the collar. Where have you been? What about Grandpa? He doesn't speak. I remember the human skin in the cellar. I have a hunch, but don't want to believe. Where's Grandpa? Where's Grandpa? Qiang has always been wooden. Won't lie, until I beat like crazy. He spoke slowly. Grandpa is dead. He turned on the flashlight. Half of the face is in the shadow, embarrassed and quiet. Grandpa Yu died 2 years ago. I don't understand what he's saying. It took a long time to press. Sunset face is covered with mud. Eyes hidden under wet hair looking at me. It was 1 month ago, Grandpa and Uncle. He came back with a very young lady. said let me pack it complete. I thought it was a corpse bought at a high price, but who knew? I saw him when I was packing my clothes. Student ID card. I've seen that name before. Missing person notice in newspaper. I think something might not be right. Go to him in the middle of the night. Who saw him take off his grandfather's skin? Ki Yang holds his head in both hands. He was clutching his hair, and he has a lot of human skins hanging in his house. There is a woman in the freezer in the middle. I'm standing still. The woman in the freezer. Is it the girlfriend of the second uncle before? But wasn't it buried 2 years ago? It's still Grandpa's automatic hand. Could it be that Grandpa was, at that time, the second uncle was determined to go his own way? The girl who insists that Grandpa exhausts the army, in the end. It was also because of this that I broke with my grandfather. Later, as long as Grandpa was at home, he never came. Now it's not that he can't come, but from that time, the two of them are one person. There is no way to appear at the same time. Ki Yang let out a long sigh. He found me. I had no choice but to run away. I want to call the police, but I'm afraid the police will find out that we are buying and selling human skins. I also want to go back and tell you, it's scary. It's dangerous when it involves you. I sat on the ground and blinked. So you're saying that Grandpa has always been... Yes, in the past 2 years. Grandpa has always been fake. His plan began 2 years ago. Admitting apprentices is just the first step in the plan. Or Keong compromises. Become a tool for him to kill. Or run away and become his scapegoat. Quiet at night. Ki Yang asked me to bite his arm. Don't let the hoarse voice come out. I almost fainted from crying. We waited all night in the mud cave. The police didn't come. The real Su Zhang has been burned to death. His identity, the face and phone ID, are in the hands of the second uncle. He plotted it all with his identity. Using Su Jiang's identity again. Push it all on Ki Yang. Airtight. It's a pity that God has eyes. I'll fake. He won't go back to the girl. It's a pity. So many innocent people have come to the bottom of Huang. The guy who slipped me a note in the morgue. Is that you? Chung nodded and knew that after you were taken to the police station. I've been following you secretly, until I saw you go in that day. The cop went in too. He knocked you out. It seems to want you to believe that the murderer is someone else. I don't feel right. I slipped you a note. I just didn't expect him to be a fake identity too. What else can we do? I took Ki Yang. You can't just sit back and wait. Now, you and I have destroyed him, and he is still out there. Ki Yang was silent for a moment. He has long been accustomed to such dark days. Maybe the teacher saw my embarrassed appearance. He sighed. If you report to the police, apply to investigate a case that also died 2 years ago. Maybe catch him. But he shook his head, clenched fists. He still has the identity of Su Jiang. What if Su Jiang's identity was also destroyed? I hold my phone tightly. Remember that video? We have a brilliant plan. A plan that can burn with him. Ki Yang took me to hide in the cave for a day. Finally, it was not found. The cellar has been cleaned up. I don't know where Su Jiang's body is buried. We sneaked back to the store in the dark. Fortunately, the skin of Su Jiang left behind before is still there. Qian took the skin, took some more tools. We were in a place in the country. Spent half a month in a broken house. Qi Yang trims that human skin almost every day. The stinky smell permeates my face every day. I find food from the surrounding vegetable fields. But look at that human skin. It looks soft and rotten after being soaked in the potion. Almost spit out what you eat. Until half a month later, Qi Yang put on human skin and appeared in front of me. That's what the second uncle looks like. The next day he turned himself in. That's our flower. A lie that took half a month to make up. He informed the police. How did I get into an argument with my grandfather, then accidentally killed him? He knew I had been reported missing, so I've been uneasy these days. Finally turned himself in. As for the modus operandi and the location of the burial, he asked Su Jiang to be present before he was willing to speak. There may be holes in our lives, but enough to delay. When the police call, I knew the first step of the plan had been successful. I saw a shocked Su Jiang in the city bureau, and Qi Yang, who was temporarily detained, as long as he is safe here, and the identity of the second uncle is no longer used. Su Jiang looked at me with provocation in his eyes. He has already found a way out for himself. What you're doing is unnecessary. Did I pull out that video? Su Jiang laughed wildly in the fire. There are corpses all over the wall behind you. Laughed wildly in front of the camera and confessed. I looked at him from shock to panic. His face was stiff. His identity is so great. Second uncle, you are not worthy to replace him. Things quickly got big. This result? There was a huge wave in almost the entire city council. I confess, explained that I recorded it when he burned the evidence. He thought I was burned to death. I got away with it. That was all. The director sent someone from the technical department to verify the video. I found another team to watch Su Jiang, but it's too late. Su Jiang ran away. He also took Qi Yang away. The police sent a lot of people. I suspect they went to the store. Take someone and hurry over. At present, the second uncle has not explained the crime. Strictly speaking, it cannot be convicted. Several police officers deployed to the scene. Try to keep him safe, but the gate to the yard is closed. I can't hear you. The sound has been scanned. Make sure there are 2 people in the side room, but it's too close to tell. The police sent someone to negotiate with them at the door. Considering that Su Jiang is an experienced criminal police officer, so everything needs to be careful. Dropped the walkie-talkie. He didn't talk nonsense and said let me go. Otherwise, die with Qi Yang, and it has to be me. I said yes. This was unplanned, but Qi Yang saved me many times. Right now, my only relative, I couldn't leave him. The police put me in a body armor and a headset. Just let me in. The room is quiet. The door to the side room is closed. But wait for the moment I reach out. The state of the wooden door being fierce. You, go fast. Qi Yang rushed out of the house. Take my hand and run to the door. But a scream came from behind. Don't go with him. You. I look back. There is also a Qiang standing inside. What's going on? The two of them, whether in terms of clothes or business, all the same. Which one is true and which one is false? And I took a big step back, leaning back against the back door and watching them carefully. And yet, there's no difference whatsoever. The voice of the police came from the headset. I just picked the lock on the back door. You can go out quickly. They will come in and control Suji. Control the fart. Sujung is no longer in this house. I look at the person closest to me. He gritted his teeth, grabbed his hand, and rushed out the door. If he is the real Qi Yang, that's best. If he is not, then I took him away. At least the real Qian will be safe. When we both rushed out, the door was also slammed open. I turned around and rode on Qiang. Rip his cheek hard. He doesn't cry out in pain. Wailing a few times, I caught blood from the brow bone. It's really the right choice. There was a wailing inside. Finally, the second uncle was dragged out. The human skin on the face goes all the way to the neck. People who look at it, I told them everything. I just replaced the human skin factory with wings. The velvet tree might be more acceptable. Due to suspected multiple cases, the second uncle tried for more than half a year. I finally figured out what was going on. His girlfriend died in an accident 2 years ago. He hoped that his grandfather could save him with the forbidden art, but the forbidden art itself is fake. Grandpa saw that he was wrong, not only did not agree, and let him get out of the house. Can't touch this craft anymore. But I didn't expect the dispute. The second uncle accidentally pushed Grandpa down, right on the foot of the table. In order not to be discovered, he secretly buried his grandfather's body. Then, I pretended to be Grandpa. That's when he started planning the plan. Later, he explained the location of his grandfather's body, Kiam. It was arranged for the future. Only the two of us participated, plus Grandpa, a total of 9 lives. The court sentenced the death penalty, but the death penalty was never carried out. From the second court hearing, Uncle went crazy when we went to see. He is a fool, drooling, can't speak clearly. I don't know if there is no way to take a shower in Kishu. The whole person stinks surprisingly. The hair is pasted on the head in pieces. The face is also dirty. I always feel something is wrong. How can people suddenly eat like this? It's like a different person. It hit me too hard. Jiang kowtowed in front of his grandfather's grave. Said I couldn't do this craft again in the future. Also asked Grandpa to forgive him. He took me to another city. It's cultivation. It's just that I always feel all kinds of people around you are like dummies. Even always dreaming of the neighbors downstairs. The aunts in the supermarket are all second uncles, until the first person to attend later. I received a strange box at my door. It says Happy New Year, Little Moon. It's 11 o'clock. Don't be home too late. Inside was a neighbor's skin, full round.